Hi everybody, Mark here from Dingle Cookery School. Today we've got a beautiful lemon drizzle cake. One of the nicest cakes you can probably ever have, and probably one of the easiest to have as well. So what I'm going to do is going to just take you over here for a second. I've already just started with the caster sugar and the butter. The butter must be soft. We put that onto a mix, and what we did with that was we creamed it. That just means really we've mashed that all together. That took maybe about 3 minutes on a low enough speed. I'm just going to change the attachment. It was a paddle attachment, and now I'm just going to change it to a whisk. If you don't have a mixer like this, you can always do it with just a hand mixer, or even for this recipe, even if you don't, a large bowl, whisk or wooden spoon will still get you what you want here. So what I'm going to do now is just going to add in my eggs. Okay. When you're adding eggs, try and add them one at a time. Just one in. There we go. Mix that for a second, and we're going to add a little bit of milk in there as well. The milk is just going to give it a lovely softness, a little bit of richness in there with it. Now, while that's happening, I'm just going to get ready my dry ingredients. I'm just going to turn that up for a second, get that egg in there. There we go. I'm just going to add my milk in. So really all you're doing here is you're just getting a little bit of air with the whisk and just mixing it together. And again, if you don't have a mixer, you can easily do this with a wooden spoon, but make sure that the butter is soft. I've got some baking powder and just self-raising flour here. I'm just going to pop them in together. I'm going to give it a quick sift. Just helps to mix it, but anytime we sift something, we're looking for air. So that's going to help just incorporate a little bit of air in there. And there we go. Now what I want to do is, I'm going to just have a quick look at this. All I was doing was just mixing that together. It has lightened it up a small bit. Now as well, what I'd like to do here is maybe just take this stuff from the sides and just make sure that's all mixed in as well. So take my spatula and just see that's just, there we go. Mix it together, just, we're good to go. So there also was a little bit of lemon zest in there as well. That's going to help to give it that little bit more of a lemon feel, even though we're going to get loads and loads of lemon in there in a while. So what was in there was soft butter, we had some sugar and lemon zest. Now I'll just get that guy out of the way. Now what we're going to do here is I just want to fold the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So we've done this a few times, but basically what we do is just take a nice spoon of it, pop it in there, and what we're going to do now is with a large bowl or a large spoon, spatula, you just sort of fold that all in, and what that means is you're just incorporating it nice and easily, not too aggressive, just nice and easy, just like this. Now, lemon drizzle cake, it has to be, when it's made right, it has to be everybody's favourite cake, especially the fine weather we're having at the moment. It's definitely one of those afternoon tea cakes. I'm going to pop the rest of the flour and the baking powder in there as well. Just going to fold that all together. Well, that's the hard work done. That's really now, it's just about getting it into our tin. So there we go. Just mix it around nice and gentle, but you're not too aggressive. How you know when you're ready, you won't see any more flour. And you're starting to see that there now. There we go. Always pull into the center, because sometimes there's a sneaky little bit of flour hiding down there. Okay, looks good. Now I'm just going to change over this fella, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put it into, this is a bread tin, 1 pound bread loaf tin, okay, and what I have here is a little bit of parchment in it. Always put a bit of parchment in. It just means that it's not going to stick. Now, so all I'm going to do here now is just, can we see that? Yeah, just pop that in like that, and you can just see that batter is lovely and light, and that has come from just giving it that little bit of a whisk and then folding in the flour into it as well. So just get that last little bit and don't be tempted to lick the bowl. We need all of that in there, and there's raw eggs in there. You're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, now so just very carefully, but don't work that too much. Just going to get that out of the way for a second. Now what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to take this, I'm going to pop it into the oven. The oven is at 170 degrees Celsius. It's down a little bit because we've got some milk in there that'll burn. There's loads of sugar in there as well. And we're going to leave that in there for 40 minutes. Okay? So we have a few little things and just put it on my timer. 170 degrees. Now what I have been cooking here, this is what makes it a lemon drizzle. It's all it is here is lemon juice and sugar. And you can see that the sugar is all dissolved. Okay? So how I did that was just put that together, turn it on. You want to cook that for about 5-8 minutes, something like that, on a very low heat. Now I've also added another garnish, and if you're in a hurry you don't have to do this, but this is candied lemon peel. And the good news about this is we can only use it if we want to use a little bit like that. Just see that, that's just so nice, but it really dresses a cake or a dessert. How you make this, and the good thing about this, if we make it, you can store that in the fridge 2-3 weeks easily. Take your vegetable peeler and just peel your lemon like that, okay? And I would have done that with 2 lemons, and then what I would have done with my knife, just cut them up nice and small, just like that, okay? Doesn't matter what size, just try to get them small, but it doesn't matter how good you are with a knife, just nice and thin like that. Peel your lemon. Then what I would have done is poured boiling water over it for maybe about a half an hour, strain that off, and then put some sugar and water with that. Cook it for about 10-15 minutes. And again, all the recipe you'll find it just below, just here. So now, I'm going to add this, like what I was saying, it's an extra little garnish. If you're in a hurry, you don't have to worry about this guy, right? So you see, this is bubbling here nicely. It's just on a very low heat. You want to have this ready about 5-10 minutes before the cake comes out. I'm going to take a little bit of my garnish, not all of it, because we can use that again. Just take that, pop it in there, and we can use the rest of it for the other cake. Now it's nice and warm. One little trick then, you must do this when it's warm because you want your cake to really soak all that lemon in there. Some of it's going to get caught on the top, which is going to give it that lovely syrupy sort of glazed feel. What I'm doing there with my skewer, okay, is just sort of probing it in a few different places. It's going to help for all this here to soak in. All right. You also see that it's still in the tin. It's just out of the oven. Try not to take it out of the tin until it cools a little. Now we're just going to get loads of that in there. And what's going to happen, some of it's soaking down, some of it's going to stay on the top. You've got that lovely lemon feel. Look at that, it's even coming up the sides. I'll just give it another look. Here we go. And the smell, it's beautiful. Look at that. And if they're all concentrated in one area, there we go, look. Just move them up and down. So again, what was in here was just some lemon juice and sugar. We cooked that really slow, but again, the recipe, you'll find the recipe just below. Now, so when this cools, don't be tempted to take a slice, just let that cool, and some of the sugar on the top is sort of going to crystallize and become like a little icing on top. And only when it's ready, make sure it's cool, then take it out and have a slice. So there we go, folks. That's this week's baking challenge for you. Keep up the baking. Everybody, you're doing really well, and keep sending us your pictures. So enjoy your lemon drizzle cake, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Thank you.